What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast, episode number 63. If you like Xbox or gaming in general, make sure to join us here on YouTube live every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't catch the show live, we post every Friday morning on your favorite podcast service, so head over there and listen on whatever platform you want. Also, if you're on Apple, like most of our audio listeners are, please drop us a 5-star rating and review. It does help us grow. And if you're on Spotify or if you're on Apple and just want to help us out, head over to Spotify. They have added ratings. Drop us a 5-star rating over on Spotify. These things do help us grow, and we want to bring you guys a better podcast and reach more people, build a better community. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Man, and today I'm joined by the human alpaca himself, Tom. How you doing?
Doing great.
And back. He is probably happy because Liverpool won on penalties tonight. Aman, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Kevin.
Did you watch the penalty shootout?
Oh, yes. It was insane.
Unless you ask Tom, then he says soccer is boring.
It is.
How is it boring? You watch the NBA. That's like the most boring thing to ever exist. How is soccer boring?
I don't want to watch an hour and a half for them to score maybe 3 points in total. That sounds extremely boring to me, Aman.
God.
He
What's
doesn't
the point
get...
of NBA? They just keep scoring all the time.
Aman, I was having this exact conversation with him offline. I agree with you, but we're not here to talk about sports balls. We're here to talk about video games. So, guys, before we get into what you're playing, I do want to let everyone know we had a few videos go up this week. We had Project XTalk Extra, so make sure to go check that out if you haven't. We had my review of The Gunk, and today, or yesterday when you're listening to this, Aman dropped his video all about BioShock 4. Everything we know, so please go check those videos out. Also, I was the guest on Pixel Play podcast, apparently our brother podcast, according to them, which I'm okay with. Nice guys over there. We welcome them. So go check out their podcast. They did their Game of the Year discussion. I was a guest along with Liv from Between Two Gamers, who apparently is our sister podcast now. We're all became one big family. So please go check them out. Their new episode is now live. It's a great time, about 2 hours. We have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, talking about some amazing games. Guys, let's talk about some more games. And I want to start, like we do every week here on Project XTalk, by going around the room and asking one question. And that question is, what you playing? So, Tom, what you been playing?
All right, so I finally started giving Halo Infinite a chance because I wasn't in the mood of playing it yet. So I knew it was going to be a great game once I actually got invested into it. Still not far. What did I get to? It's this big mining drill spot. That's where I left off. So I probably maybe 2 hours in, 3 hours in.
A few hours in, yeah.
I mean, I did a bunch of the side things that took me a lot longer than that, but because I wanted to clear everything. Nice. The only thing I've been skipping is the armories, because I really don't care about unlocking a lot of the cosmetics for the multiplayer unless it's like an actual armor. Mm-hmm. So if it says it unlocks like a name tag or a skin for my gun, I don't care. So I'm not going to bother going there.
It's fair.
Besides that, make sure I get all the Spartan cores. Upgraded my grappling hook to max because it was obviously I needed that.
And it's dope, right?
It's pretty sick. It's shocking dudes. I'm not even half the time. I'm not even like repelling myself towards them. I'm just kind of like shooting it out so I can stun them and then just like back off and just start popping them in the head with my BR. I'm enjoying it. I love that I can go to the FOBs and pretty much pick my loadout of which guns I want to go out with. Mm-hmm. I always go with the battle rifle since I unlocked that. I have like a skewer variant that I've been using as my secondary because like I need a strong beefy gun to take out the big old brutes that come out sometimes. I'm enjoying it, dude. As far as story goes, I don't know yet. I'm still too early to tell. Mm-hmm. It's interesting so far. I'm more just interested in the actual action that's going on. Mm-hmm. I can see this game's gonna be great. I was watching some speedruns of it. I was like, oh, this guy beat it in 44 minutes.
Wow.
I'm gonna start pulling off some of those tricks that you guys are doing. Yeah, I'm enjoying that one. Besides that, I've been playing again a lot of My Time at Portia, which is a Stardew Valley clone of you're an engineer. Talked about it so many times, and I'm progressing like crazy. I got my warehouse. What is it called? The workshop. I have it upgraded to level 2 now, so I got a bigger house. I can actually have my wife move in with me now, and then when you upgrade to level 3, you can have babies. So I'm gonna work towards that.
Tom,
just
why do you play these games?
I love games. All right, so if a game has a lot of crafting in it, like a lot of crafting, that's an easy sell for me. I'm going to play it just for crafting alone, and I love resource gathering, like pointless grinding to craft pointless items. That's my thing.
You know, Adam, I think, yeah, Adam from Pixel Play. I had to remember which one. I was talking to him last night when we were recording. He also loves, though. I think you and him might get along because he was telling me about some of the games he's played this year, and it's those games where it's like you're doing chores and all this. Like, oh my lord, man, I can't with you.
It's relaxing. It's relaxing.
That's what he says.
Yeah, like I spend if I played those games a lot less, I can probably complete.
You want relaxing? Go play the gunk.
Hold up.
I did download the gunk.
Okay.
And I have not played it though. I wanted to. Then it was like I think there was like a 3 gig update when I actually was in the mood of loading it up, and I was like, nah, let me play Halo. So I just didn't bother. But
now,
it's on my list for sure.
What difficulty are you playing Halo on?
Started off on Legendary.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, big boy.
Reverted to heroic.
Okay.
So there was that very first brute boss that you fight in that when you're still underground.
Easy.
Dude was destroying me at Legendary.
Oh.
His armor was not going down. Like I feel like instead of just like only increasing like their accuracy, they increase these dudes' health by a crap ton.
They do, yeah. Oh,
I don't like that. I don't like I feel like that's a cheap way to make the game harder. If they're gonna aim at me and kill me faster, I don't care. I don't mind that. But don't give them extra life because that just pisses me off. They don't need that.
You're not gonna like the final boss then, because even on heroic, that dude takes some hits.
But see, that's fine. If it's the last boss,
second to last boss. Sorry, second to last boss. The last boss is.
I'll struggle through it as long as I know that the whole game's not like that. I was just not gonna risk it after this boss. I was like, how many of these am I gonna have to counter throughout the process of the story? Nah, I'm just gonna switch to heroic. I'm not doing this on Legendary. Maybe after I beat it, I'll try out some of those speedrun methods that I saw. Like there's an invincibility glitch I saw. I was like, that sounds interesting. I can beat this game in 44 minutes and get beat it on Legendary without even crying once. I might have to do that.
You might have to show me that Legendary glitch. So when I want to do my Legendary all skulls on run, I can just.
You'll have to do it before he patches, so as soon as you can.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to wait for co-op to do it with my friends though. That's the problem. Like, I just want to get all the skulls. I'm 9 achievements away from 100%, guys. 9 achievements.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Is it just for campaign, or is it like do they have them together like multiplayer?
No, they're all in one list.
Okay.
So I need like 3 or 4 from multiplayer, and then I need legendary all skulls. I need collect all skulls. So yeah, I'm really close. It's just the ones that I don't have are like the hard ones to get, where you like complete a battle pass. Well, I'm like halfway there. Like I'll get there before the season ends.
There was one last game I've been playing. It's called Frostpunk.
Yep.
I mentioned it in the past on various occasions, like probably like maybe a year now plus. It's a city builder where it's a post-apocalyptic like frozen tundra that's pretty much going on. Like the world's entering another ice age, and you want to build a collective of people, monitor the politics of how you manage the civilization to make sure that everyone can actually survive this never-ending, cold, chop your feet off because you got like frostbite infested world. I love it. It's a really fun game. It's on Game Pass if you want to try it out. So I really recommend people to try that one out. If you like city builders / like a little bit more strategy on this one. It's not like I wouldn't say like Sim City.
Is it more along the lines of Civ, or
I would say more Civ. Definitely more Civ than like actual full on city builder.
Okay, I can deal with that.
I think Garrett played it too, if I remember correctly. I feel
Yeah,
like he
Garrett
was-
mentioned it before.
Yeah. Before I go to you, Amon, did you guys see that Game Pass? Apparently, if you added up the total value this year, like they got added this
Yeah.
year, it was like $6,300.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane. And people are still out there complaining, man. Come on.
hmm
You
Like
just say $6,300.
if you can't find something to play after $6,000, I don't really know what
Exactly.
you're looking
Yeah.
into in this industry for.
I at least always have like 2 games to look out for in the month.
Mhm.
That justifies my monthly subscription.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. So that's just awesome. Amon, I'm gonna go to you now. What have you been playing?
Okay, so let's start off. The Gunk. I beat it. Great game.
Nice.
It's beautiful. It's colorful. It's soothing. It's peaceful. It's fun. It's short but fun. I don't think I 100%ed it yet, but yeah, great game. I had fun with it. And then, celebrating No Way Home, I was high of that Spider-Man adrenaline, so I went back and played Spider-Man PS4 all over again. And yeah, it's a great game. Probably the second best comic book game of all time, right behind Batman Arkham City.
I
But
knew
yeah,
I knew
that
it was
game
gonna
is
say
just
that.
amazing.
I knew
It's
it was gonna be Arkham.
Before you bring your next game, I wanna say something about Spider-Man. So
Uh-huh.
after I saw the movie, I was like, you know what? I used to love that amazing Spider-Man game on the 360.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can buy this game. $200.
$200.
Is it?
It's over $200 if you want to buy this game. If you want to experience
Whoa.
any sort of Spider-Man on Xbox, it is disgusting right now.
Can you not buy it digitally?
No, the license ran out years ago, so the only way is getting a disc, and it's so much money.
Shit, damn,
So-
$200.
So it's one of those backwards compatible titles, but you have to get the disc.
Yes.
Oh man, like 50
Oh,
cent. The new 50 cent game.
Yeah, but
is
this
the
one's
same
worth
way.
way more.
200, man. I'm over here like, Amon, get me Toy Story 3 for $5.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's not backwards compatible. There's an Xbox One version that came out. For it.
Oh, so it only works on Xbox One.
Well, it works on the Series X, because like
Oh, okay.
like I meant like 360. It's not a 360
Right,
backwards
okay.
compatible game.
Oh, okay.
Just
Interesting.
$200. Good luck.
Yeah, so I beat that game all over again. Great game, great boss fights, amazing. I also beat Spider-Man Miles Morales again.
I was just gonna ask, have you
this
played
game
Miles
is-
Morales?
Pardon?
I was just gonna ask if you've played Miles
Oh
Morales.
yeah. This game is overrated as fuck. There's only one good boss battle. There's only one, like the Prowler. That's the only good boss battle. It's like a 6-hour game. Yeah, I mean Miles Morales
Wow.
is cool. I love the character of Miles Morales. I love his suit, but yeah, it just feels like they took the first Spider-Man PS4 game, swapped the characters out, swapped the bosses out. That's it. Not a fan of it.
Wow.
I also played. Because I was playing all this on my PlayStation, and I had Street Fighter 5. So I'm like, okay, let me give a shot at my esports Street Fighter 5 career. So I loaded the disc in, and yeah, I got my ass whooped the entire time. But I'm getting there. Guys. Next,
Dude.
I played 7 matches. I lost 6, but I won once.
You legit picked the hardest fighting game to start off with, by the
Right.
way. Like you have to
Yeah.
actually count the frames and everything in that game. You picked the hardest one. You should have started with like
Yeah,
Tekken or
It's
something,
hard.
something easier.
It's hard, but it's fun. I like it. I like
Just-
the art style, guys.
It's just
Art
our
style.
Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear Strive is way easier to pick up. It's a great
But
training
the art style
mode.
is so nice. Street Fighter art style is so good.
Isn't
Like, the characters look so cool.
Street Fighter is way too many like full
Yeah.
circles, half circles, quarters.
It's complicated. Like I said, I played 7 matches. I won once. It's an achievement. I'll take it. And you guys know I'm in this toxic relationship called FIFA. Love-hate relationship.
Mhm.
I always keep going back to that game. But yeah, that's all I've played this week.
So, speaking of FIFA, I re-downloaded FIFA 22 and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it another chance because like Arsenal have been doing well lately. I'm like, all right,
Oh yeah, Arsenal been doing really well.
Yeah, I wanted something. I want to build my youth team, and I played one game, and I was like, I hate this game. This game is garbage. Uninstalled again. Like I literally couldn't make it through one game. I'm so angry that EA put this. Like, it's such a scam. Do not buy this game, people. Even though I just saw it was like #1 in PlayStation, like for the
Oh yeah.
month or
Oh,
something.
like in the UK,
Yeah,
like everyone plays FIFA. Everyone plays FIFA.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some people literally only buy consoles to play FIFA.
Yeah, it's like FIFA, Call of Duty. Everyone has
Yeah.
that, but like the hardcore gamers get like the other games. But FIFA, Call of Duty, everyone has.
Yeah. So forget FIFA. It's dead to me. It's this game is dead.
Yeah, you're saying that you're gonna go back to it next month.
No. I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite. About halfway through the battle pass. I did finish my easy mode run, which I can't remember if I had finished it before we talked last time. I think I might have. So I got that achievement. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer. I am like plat 3 and ranked for both solo and open, whatever. So making my way up the ranks. Man, it's hilarious. I do so much better when there's no radar. When there is a radar, I feel like I do so much worse. And my brother,
I get that sentiment because you have to be a little more careful. You can't just sprint everywhere. You have to like sort of crouch and go a little slower so no one sees you on the map, like you're doing socials.
my brother is the exact opposite. He's like, he hates when there's no radar. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like when there's no radar, I'm like listening more, like, oh, I hear footsteps to the right of me. I hear footsteps to the left of me. And like battle rifle, just headshot. And like, I just love that aspect of it. For some reason, when it's like the other modes, I do fine. Like I'm not like super negative or anything, but I'll have a lot worse games. I will say free for all is the least amount of fun I've ever had. I had a challenge to like get points in free for all. I hate that game mode. I am never playing that game mode.
I still haven't even jumped into those updates yet. I forgot you mentioned it last week, and I was like, oh yeah,
Tactical Slayer is good. I like Tactical Slayer, SWAT as it used to be called. I don't know why it's not called anymore. But free for all can go to hell. I'm not playing that. Other than Halo, I haven't touched my PS5, although I did just pick up Alan Wake Remastered and Pumpkin Jack because they're having their sale right now, and those games were on sale, and I had a gift card, so I got both of those for $40 got total. So that's a pretty good deal, and I will be playing those. I'll talk about those next week. But Aman, I also played the Gunk, and I beat the Gunk, and I 100%ed the Gunk. And let me tell you, this game is so relaxing, and I adore this game. I know it's not very well received. If you look at Metacritic, I think it's sitting at like a 66, which is a little unfair in my opinion. I don't know what people were expecting because it's an indie game. It's about 4.5 hours long to do literally everything in the game. The story is fine. I like the characters. I like the actual gameplay. It's like puzzle solving, a adventure platforming game. I really don't know what people were expecting and why this game's getting a 66. Like, I did not expect it to be this mixed.
I mean, this game. I feel like Microsoft knew what they were doing with it. Like, I feel like they started promoting it pretty heavily like a couple months back when they first announced the Gunk.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it more often. And then towards like the actual release, I forgot this game was even coming out this month.
Yeah.
So I feel like even Microsoft has to know that like maybe this game's not too good. We don't have to market it like hell. So to me it seems fair from the reviews I saw. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, a 70's fine. People look at a 70, they think bad game, but it's okay. I get the whole actual meta score is not as high, but
yeah,
it's more of a niche game if you like
definitely.
a specific style of game.
It definitely is. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I like the world. I like what they did with it, and I'd be down for like a more if this could get them a bigger budget to make like a Gunk 2 or something kind of in this universe. I think there's a lot of room for growth here because this is like 4.5 hours long, right? Like when was the last time you played a game that was 4 hours long?
12 minutes.
Good point. Forgot about that one. But like those games, they're games, but they're not really like I feel like the minimum for games is usually like 8 to 10 hours. And I saw people online being like, "Oh, I beat this game in 6 to 8 hours," and I'm like, "I don't know what you were doing for 6 hours because there's not 6 hours worth of content in the gunk."
It's also not a full priced game, so
Yeah, it's like $25.
yeah. So like,
Think.
I don't know
That's
what
on
you
Game
what do you
Pass.
expect for that size of game. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. Listen, my full review's up. If you want to go look at it, if you want to hear me talk about it in depth, go check out our review. Tom, whenever you get around to it, I want to know your thoughts. But that's all I've been playing, guys. Smash Brothers here and there. I'm kind of getting back into it. The Smash World Tour was this past weekend, so I watched MKLeo win again. I'm so sick of seeing the same person win every Smash tournament. So frustrating. But guys, that's it for what you're playing. And now we were gonna, this is where I'm like segue time and we go to the news and library, yada yada yada, my little spiel. There's literally no news because everyone's on holiday. So what we're gonna do instead, in the spirit of Christmas and the holidays, we're going to have a little discussion about what our favorite holiday gaming memories are. So this can be any holiday. It's not just Christmas, the holiday period. If you got a gaming console, you got a game around here, want to hear about it. Tom, you good to start?
Jeez, I wasn't expecting to go first. Like I'm joking. I'm always first. Yeah. So how far back do I want to start? There's so many. We'll just rotate around, I guess, right? I'll just like bring one experience at a time. Uh, I guess one of my biggest experiences was when I first received my Xbox 360. This was during the launch of Halo 3. I think Halo 3 came out. Was it November or December? I don't remember.
I
But
don't know.
it was pretty much around Christmas when this game came out. So once I got my 360, I was like, oh man, I wasn't expecting this at all. I never even gave a hint to my mom that I wanted this. She just came in clutch out of nowhere and pulled out the 360 with Halo 3. At this time, when she dropped it on the like, so I want to say this. She didn't wrap it it was Christmas Eve. She dropped it on the table with Halo 3. I was like in shock. I don't know what was going on with me.
Power move.
I was playing RuneScape at the time. I was probably like in 7th grade. Was it no 9th grade. This was high school, right? When Halo came out, I was like in high school. So like 9th grade. Dropped it on the table and I was like, oh, is that a 360? Is that for me? I'm just over here playing RuneScape. Let me just go back to chopping this tree and burning this log. Is that for me, Mom?
Mm.
Yeah. I immediately I just got off the game, ran into my room, plugged the thing in, grabbed my brother, and immediately started on co-op. Just started the campaign on veteran difficulty or legendary difficulty immediately. Let's go. We need to finish this game right now. And yeah, I think we finished that game between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yeah, we finished that entire game in 2 days.
Wow. Did she get you one with a hard drive?
Yes, it was the 20 gigs.
Nice. Because I know a lot of people woke up Christmas morning and they're like, "Oh, I got the arcade version or whatever they were called, and there's no hard drive there." So they had to, play their games and not turn off the console because they weren't getting saves.
I would have cried.
Yeah.
I would have not even wanted to play it at that point.
Listen, 360, leaving in that console on all night until you beat a game, you're asking for the red ring of death right there. Aman, what's a Christmas memory you got, or a holiday memory, not Christmas?
All right. This was probably holiday 2015 when I got my PS4. Like I had my Xbox One at the time, and I was so sick of it because there's literally nothing on there. And at that time, I wasn't like a hardcore gamer. All I used to play was like superhero games and FIFA and COD. That's it. And yeah, I was really excited to get my PS4. I've been begging my parents for it for like 2 years, ever since like the first few months of Xbox One. I was like, can I please have a PS4? And then yeah, I finally got it. Holiday 2015 with Batman Arkham Knight. Amazing game. Probably one of the best games I've ever played. But yeah.
I knew he was going to use this opportunity to talk about Batman. Whenever he can. Did you get the Batman PS4?
Yes, I did. I did get the Batman PS4. As a
Nice.
matter of fact, I have it right here.
I love that his camera's a little. Ooh, that is a slick looking PS4. I've never seen it before, to be honest with you. That's a good looking console.
Yeah.
You know what makes it better is his camera is like lagging, so it looked like a reveal, like he was frozen, and then it just popped up. I was like, wow, magic. So I have two that really come to mind, and the one I'm going to start with is also about the 360. Tom, I wanted a 360. It was Christmas of the launch year that it came out, and we had asked for one for Christmas. Me and my brother stay up late on Christmas Eve, trying to watch like, oh, are people bringing presents in? We do see our grandma like bring a drive over and put a gift under the tree. So we're like, oh, what's in the big box? So then Christmas morning comes, we wake up, we unwrap it, we get the Xbox 360, absolutely hyped. The game we got with it was Gears of War because it was launch year. So this was the launch title. And we literally spent all Christmas playing Gears of War co-op because we thought it was like the most insane thing, chainsawing enemies in half, the amount of gore. And then we still had a CRT TV in my bedroom, but out in the living room, we had an HD TV. So my dad was like, come hook it up. And I want to see like how good it looks on an HD TV because 360, like we didn't have HD before that. Like this was the first generation where you get an HD console. And my God, I was like blown away by how good Gears of War looked back in the day. Like we go back to it now, we're like, oh, this isn't anything. But back then, it was like you could not believe what you were looking at, like how smooth and beautiful and like extreme everything looked. I absolutely loved it, and we played the majority of that like campaign on Christmas Day. We were like, don't talk to me, call me in 4 hours when food's ready. We were blowing through it. We must have played through that campaign multiple times because we wanted like the cog tags and the story. And it was just great because like you each got your own character, like Marcus and Dom, and you could just kind of like, oh, this is my favorite character now because like you're young, so whoever you're playing as is going to be your favorite. Like I was always Luigi growing up, so I like Luigi more than Mario. Is there a rhyme or reason? No, it's just because I was player two. That's just how it is. But
I gotta ask you something about
yeah,
that. Were you player two because you were older than your brother?
I'm only like 3 minutes older, but maybe I don't know.
Oh, so he took Mario from you. Jeez.
Which is weird because I like my favorite color is red and his favorite color is green, but he likes Mario and I like Luigi.
I guess you just like going first.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
I don't know.
Reverse cards.
Yeah, Uno. We're playing the reverse here. But yeah, that's one that always pops in my mind. He's getting my 360. And that 360 ultimately, I think I don't know if that one got the red ring or we sold it because my brother ended up with the black 360, like the elite one with the like crazy big hard drive. And I bought my own 360 when I went to college, which is crazy because in my mind, like I associate the Xbox One with college, even though I started college with a 360 technically, which blows my mind that the console survived so long.
Wait, I have one more college. Holiday.
Well, we're going to circles.
Oh, yeah, we're going around one more time. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna throw it back to Tom over here for some Christmas cheer.
So I have two more, but I'll
Okay.
go with this one first. It was when the Xbox released, the very original Xbox. I got that for Christmas. I also was not expecting that because we never got, like when I was growing up, we never had anything on release. Like I was still playing like a PS1 for years at that point. Like, and I think the PS1's been out for like 3 years before that.
Mhm.
I was playing the Super Nintendo for like the longest time before the PlayStation 1 even came out. So I wasn't expecting the original Xbox. We had the Duke controllers, and I believe like the first thing we did was like we didn't have Halo because like we didn't know about Halo. I had no idea what this was. So I was like, okay, this is a console. It has 4-player. I love 4-player. I always wanted to play with all my brothers. So the first thing we had was Fusion Frenzy, and we also had WWF Raw,
Ooh,
It
nice.
was a really crap wrestling game. It
Yeah.
was like the worst one I've ever played, but I had it, and I was excited that I had it. And I was like, we could all play 4 players on this. Let's do a Royal Rumble. That's like all we did that Christmas was pretty much wrestling and Fusion Frenzy, and that's where I love Fusion Frenzy, man. I guess that's where a lot of my love for it came from. Just like having family time with my siblings, because there's 5 of us in total. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I've never played Fusion Frenzy. I'm gonna throw it out there. Never played it. I know everyone talks about it and they love it, but I've never once played a Fusion Frenzy game. Oh man, I forgot to mention I played Mario Party Superstars over the weekend with my friend and my brother and my girlfriend. It's so much better than Super Mario Party, man. So much better.
So much better. I've played multiple. I played it multiple times.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. It was a good time. I lost by like 40 coins, and that was it. It was real close. But that's not what we're talking about. Aman, your holiday memory that you wanted to talk about.
Yes, this was last year. When I first got my Series X and I was waiting for the most anticipated game of all time, Cyberpunk 2077. This was probably yeah, this was probably one of my favorite holiday experiences with the video game. Cyberpunk 2077, Game of the Year 2020. Loved it. And yeah, it'll go down in history as one of the greatest games of all time. One day when it's fixed. When it's fixed. When it's fixed.
It's not even
When it's fixed.
It's getting nowhere close to the greatest game of all time. Oh my god. I told Kalen on Pixel Play last night because he also loves Cyberpunk.
Let's go, Kalen. Let's go, Kalen.
Oh my god. I cannot believe this.
Shout out to Kalen on Pixel
Okay.
Play Podcast.
Aman.
He has great taste
I mean
in
this
video
in the
games.
nicest way.
He has a beautiful taste in video games. Yep.
I mean this in the nicest way. That memory's garbage.
I like it, Amon. I like it retroactively now. Don't worry. I would have hated it like last year. Don't worry.
Aman, I noticed your memories are all from the last 5 years.
Yep.
Is there a reason?
No, like before that, all I used to play was FIFA and COD.
Oh.
There's much memories there.
Oh, okay. Well, my only other memory is that comes to mind that I want to talk about is getting the GameCube, because I grew up a Nintendo fanboy. I was so excited for the GameCube when no one else was. They were like, PlayStation 2. I'm like, I don't care about that console. I want the GameCube. You see this purple lunchbox? I cannot wait to play that thing. So my next door neighbor actually had a GameCube beforehand. So I had already been playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. I knew how to get like all the characters, and I really just wanted it for Melee because I was so in love with Smash Brothers. It still am. But we finally got it for Christmas. We got Melee, and my brother and I, you can either unlock Mewtwo by keeping the console on for 24 hours straight, or you can play 250 matches or something. We got Mewtwo that night, and I was like, wow, we've played 250 games already. This is absolutely ridiculous. But it's just, man, I love that game so much. Even it's one of the only GameCube games I kept. We have Tales of Symphonia, Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, and Smash Brothers Melee. They're all in their original cases. They're just, my brother has them, hanging on to them. We don't even have our GameCube anymore because we gave it to our sister when we moved to the Wii and the 360, and somehow it caught fire. It was plugged in and the cables just burst into flames. It was, yeah. So, but instead of getting new cables or a new GameCube, which I think ultimately we did end up getting a new GameCube at some point, but we just took electrical tape and wrapped it around where the cords were on fire, and then just kept using it. And I'm thinking back, I'm I don't know how safe that was to continue using a game that literally burst into flames, and at some point it wasn't reading discs. It was a whole mess. But man, I love the GameCube. I love Smash Brothers, and I have that to thank for it. Playing with my friends and my brother all the time. It's a fantastic memory of mine.
Oh, I that sparked another memory for me.
All
Hmm.
right, so
You have something to
I'll
say,
give
Tom?
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
go
go
ahead.
last one. So the last memory I have was it didn't exactly happen on Christmas Day, but it was like probably like a couple days afterwards. On Christmas, I got I believe some money. I think it was like probably like 100, $200. I was like, cool, money. I did like this is the year right after I got the 360. And the first thing I did when I got that money is I went to Craigslist, I wanted to see if anyone was trading or wanted to buy an Xbox 360 so I can buy myself a PS3. Uh, my mom was not willing to pay Xbox Live subscriptions.
Oh.
So I swapped over to PS3 because they had free online. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play online with my friends. That's all I cared about.
Yeah, I think we know why it was free though, because it was trash.
It wasn't. It really was in the beginning. And they still had some features that like Microsoft trumped them on, like party chat. You couldn't do that within like while playing any game. You have to just
Mm-hmm.
while you're in like the main menu. It's stupid. But for what they had, it was really great. Like I played a lot of Resistance 2 when that came out. A lot of Call of Duty 4. I think that year Call of Duty World at War launched, so I played a lot of that. And just really played so many hours of that game during like that holiday season, and I just loved it. And that's why from that point on, I pretty much PlayStation 3 was like my like the console I had for that in majority of that generation.
Wow.
Yeah, I think when the Xbox One released, I gave the Xbox One a chance as well. I had it for maybe a year, and then I did the same exact thing. Went to PS5, PS4 because there was nothing to play. But I started this generation off right, and the original, the with the Duke. So
Man, wow. I never had a PS3. My sister got one eventually, but like I look at it and I'm just like, look at that monstrosity, the UI. I was never about it. I had a few friends get the red ring and then switch over to PS3 during its life cycle. I also had friends get red ring and wrap it in towels and turn it on. And like, this is gonna fix it. You just gotta overheat it more. I had friends who had a 360 break and just get another 360 because they're not they're not going nowhere. Um, it was a wild time back then. That was when the console wars were like full blown, like pick a side. And now it's like chill, man. It's kind of that's a child's game. We don't do that anymore. We get everything, play on everything, and everyone's happy. So you only had the Xbox One for a year?
when it first came out, yes. So before we started like this podcast, I bought an Xbox One S
Okay.
probably like 3 months before that because I wanted to try Game Pass out, and then after that, I just like pretty much just stuck to it. It was like when I bought the One S, it's because I pretty much already decided I was gonna pick the Series X when it launched. I was like, all right, let me just get into it now, build my library a little bit, and actually just start getting used to things again. And yeah.
Okay. Dope. Aman, you said you had one more?
Oh yeah, this is when I got the Xbox 360 in like 2011. So I got like the updated version, the black one.
2011. That's when they
Yeah.
were ending it.
Yeah, I had the PS2 for like a long time. The PS2 and the PSP, I had those for a long, long time. And then in 2011, I got the black Xbox 360. It was like the updated version,
Mhm.
Is it the
and
one
it came with
that looks like
Connect.
the one a little bit? Because
Yeah,
there was
Yeah,
two
it's the
revisions.
elite. Yeah.
Okay.
the one that looks closer to the one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it came with Connect, and
Oh.
I loved Connect so much. Like at that time, like I got all my friends over to my place and we were just jamming Connect. It was so good.
Playing some Just
So
Dance.
we were playing tennis. We were doing the boxing thing. It was amazing.
I my first experience with Kinect was the Xbox One generation, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, I thought it was cool to be able to be like Xbox record that. I used that all the time. I liked it where I could tell it to go to certain places, but like the actual functionality of Kinect, I thought was awful. Like
I hated that thing so much.
sucked.
Once I think that first Xbox that I had, I don't think the feature to not have the Xbox One with the Connect was even a thing yet.
Yeah,
So-
it wasn't.
Yeah,
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 it came
so-
with it.
I think that was like a year after launch that they finally like removed that thing and gave it like extra processing power or something like that. But geez, I hated the Connect. Took up extra space. I never used the thing. I never talked to it. Cortana sucked. Or
Well,
whatever. Actually, no,
yo,
Cortana wasn't there yet. But yeah.
because you guys were a lot older than me when you got the 360. I was like 9. No, not 9. I was like 12 when I got it.
Yeah, so I
was-
can see why you would have fun
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
I got the 360. It came out in 2005, right?
Mhm.
2006.
Yeah, 2005,
2005, I thought
PS3
so.
came out.
Yeah, 2005. So that means I graduated 2011. So that means I was in 6th grade. So I wasn't I wasn't too old when I got the 360.
I was 10, so 5th grade, I guess. In 2011, I was 5th grade then.
Wow. I was
Yeah.
in college. I was in college in 2011. Oh, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny that a lot of those have to do with the 360 era. I think that was probably the generation that gave like the most memorable things because I mean, getting the Xbox One for me was hype because it was around Thanksgiving, so it wasn't around Christmas, still the holidays. We were about to go on Thanksgiving break for college, and me and my brother were waiting because we ordered our consoles and they were getting delivered to our college. So we were waiting, said it arrived, and we're like, it's not in the mail room. So we went to like the administration office and we're like, we know you have our consoles, give them to us. And they're like, oh, you're gonna have to wait, like check back after break when the mail room's back open. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. They're right back there. I can see them on the floor. You're giving me my package. So eventually we got them to give it to us. And then because we were staying for Thanksgiving break, we weren't going home. So we just went back to the dorm, set them up, and I played Rise, Son of Rome, and Call of Duty Ghost. I had gone to GameStop. I had my games ready, just waiting on the console. And that's back when I was buying physical games, and I was like, I didn't even know what digital games were, didn't know anything about game sharing. Man, I had a ton of fun. I just wish that the generation continued as strongly as it started because I will maintain Rise, Son of Rome, great game. Fantastic launch title.
I think a lot of people disagree with you.
Lord Cognito agrees with me. He quote the greatest 900p
It was a cool
game ever.
It was a cool game.
Listen, people just don't like it because of the quick time battles.
Yeah, I didn't mind those. I didn't mind those.
I don't mind it either. Need the FPS boost. Need a
Quantum Break was also a great game.
My brother likes that one a lot. I've never played Quantum Break. All right, guys, is that all the memories we got? Or our old man brains can't retain anymore. Okay, so we got a little bit left in our time here. So what we're gonna do, guys, is for a fun topic this week. We thought it would be interesting because Phil Spencer, everyone loves him. Phil Dominus Maximus as king over there.
Spencer.
Yeah, really Spencer over there on the Iron Lords podcast. Let's say he's head of Xbox. He's been making great moves. But what if he wasn't in charge of Xbox? What if one of us was in charge of Xbox? What would we do? Aman wanted us to think about this, and we're just gonna have a little discussion to end the podcast about what we would do if we were in charge of Xbox. Aman, this is your topic, so I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were head of Xbox?
Okay, so this is the elephant in the room. Acquisitions. Number 1, go ahead and acquire Amazon. Number 2, go ahead and acquire Take-Two. Number 3, go ahead and acquire EA. That's it. That's all you need, Xbox. That's all
Amazon.
I'm joking.
Amazon.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Guys. All right.
I'm like,
Okay.
Amazon, what the fuck? What does Amazon have to do?
All right. No, see, my logic behind that was Xbox acquires Amazon. They get Jeff Bezos, and he has money.
Jeff Bezos isn't even in
he left Amazon.
Yeah.
Wait, he left Amazon?
Yeah,
what?
he's still rich because he made Amazon, but he's not like running Amazon
Who's
anymore.
managing Amazon now?
Probably his wife took it from him.
Yeah. All right. Okay. No, the first actual thing I would do is VR. I'm not the biggest fan of VR, but having a VR would certainly it would entertain a much wider audience. I'm not saying Xbox should make their own VR, but add like Oculus support on their thing, and you can buy like the Oculus games through the Xbox store, such as Beat Saber and all that weird shit the VR players play. Yeah, I think that would be that would expose the Xbox brand to a wider audience.
I like that one a lot.
Mhm.
It already helps that they already have that relationship of Facebook.
Yeah, yeah,
Since with the whole Mixer, when Mixer shut down, they like migrated everybody to Facebook, so they already have that built-in community over there. And getting
exactly.
that Oculus
Like
support would be great.
yeah, and then
I saw
having
Kevin
those.
nodding; he didn't want VR, but I wouldn't mind it.
No, I don't like VR either. I hate VR. But then like it would open it up to a much wider audience, and then playing those VR games through cloud, adding them on Game Pass. Again, yeah, much wider audience.
Okay, what else would you do? Is that your only move in charge
Oh,
of
you want me
Xbox?
to just list all of them? Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
go. I want to know everything you would do if you were in charge of
This one's a
Xbox.
big one. Game Pass Ultimate on Switch. That also means like all Xbox Game Studios titles will be available on the Nintendo Switch day one through cloud. Again, it would expose the Xbox brand to a wider audience, but again, it would also not take away from owning an Xbox console because that's a completely different experience. So yeah, having all Xbox Game Studios titles on Switch day one through cloud on Game Pass through the Game Pass application.
I don't like that
And
at
the
all.
last one. Hmm?
Why
I
would
don't
you
like
like
that
that?
at all. No,
It's just a natural transition from like mobile Game Pass the way it is now.
no, no. Gotta have exclusives. Otherwise, there's no reason to buy the console.
Yeah, but then the thing, it doesn't take away from the from owning an Xbox console because like that's through cloud, and
Bro,
like you experience the actual thing through 4K,
people
120
people
FPS.
people playing only on Switch don't care about the actual experience. Okay, they're over there with their 15 frames a second, 300p, and they're like, "This is great. I love playing the Switch." Like, bro,
But
put
then
it
it would
in.
be much easier than creating your own handheld device. Just put everything on Switch.
They don't need a handheld device. They got their phones. Do
But
you not
like
have
it's
phones?
yeah, no, I don't know. I think it just entertains a wider audience, and I think that's what Phil Spencer is trying to do. Like, I mean, if Sony goes to PlayStation tomorrow and says we want Game Pass on PlayStation, he's gonna say yes.
I hope not.
Is that all you got?
And then the last one I have is Xbox need to get a superhero IP. Like this would literally change the entire dynamic for Xbox. Like PlayStation with Spider-Man, like that's probably one of the reasons 20 million they sold like 20 million plus consoles, more extra consoles because of Spider-Man. Such a like because of the MCU, superheroes are now more popular than ever. And yeah, having an exclusive superhero title would be amazing, and it could be the perfect competitor to PlayStation Spider-Man and now Wolverine. So yeah, Xbox, get Batman, get Superman, get Wonder Woman, get Flash, get the entire DC lineup.
I agree with you on that one. They should get a
Yeah.
superhero game.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I have, guys. That's all I got.
That's not nearly as drastic as I imagined. Tom, what would you do if you were in charge of Xbox?
All right. So first, I'm gonna piggyback off of mine a little bit. I would also add the VR support if I was the head of Xbox. Whether it's the Oculus, the HTC Vive, not necessarily make our own headset. I think that's a waste of funding. Just as long as you give some sort of compatibility, it doesn't hurt to not have it. It's just a benefit regardless. And then I want to talk about the more interesting stuff that I would care about. It's like the actual acquisitions. So first of all, I would not have bought Bethesda. So I'm gonna put myself in like in the shoes of. Well, hold on. Listen to me.
Okay.
Because I would put myself in the shoes where, let's say this is year one of Xbox coming out, Series X. That's when I would have became the head. I would have never bought Microsoft, Bethesda Game Studios. As much as I love Fallout, I love the Elder Scrolls. Besides that, those two franchises, I have pretty much zero interest in anything else that entire that they pull out. I don't care about Arcane. I don't care about Machine Games. I don't care about any of them. So to me, this is like a worthless thing for me as a gamer personally. Besides, I might get Elder Scrolls for free in a couple years. Starfield's cool. I would have bought it day one regardless. So these are the companies that I would acquire in its place because I'm going to put myself in a business mindset, I guess. And these are what I would purchase. WB Games for the same reason that Amon was talking about.
Exactly.
To try to get some licenses for like Batman. You would get the Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter.
Last year there was heavy rumors that they were like willing to be purchased off. So that would have been a good acquisition then. Who knows what conversations they had prior, but I would have pulled it off, Phil. Then there's other game companies I would acquire. First, I would acquire Platinum Games. So I want different studios that do different things that also seem to have a really good track record of pushing out games relatively quickly. Platinum Games has a really good variety of games. One, we know that they were supposed to release what was the name of the game before?
That Xbox Dragon game or something.
Scalebound.
Yeah.
So not necessarily because of Scalebound itself, but just because it's based on a track record. They released so many great games in the past. Obviously, they have Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, Vanquish. They're just really good at
Astral Chain.
Yeah, they're just really good at fast-paced combat games. So I feel like Platinum would have been perfect. Not necessarily like the highest you don't have to throw a lot of money at them because they really pull out a lot with what little they have compared to other studios. I would have also purchased Firaxis Games. They're also another smaller studio. They do XCOM, Civ, a lot of good strategy games, and I feel like that would be another good basis to have on Game Pass all the time. These games
don't they have the Age of Empire studio? Don't they do a similar thing?
World's End, yeah.
That's one studio though. Like I feel like Civilization's a much bigger franchise, and then you also get XCOM along with it, which is another big franchise.
But XCOM's owned by 2K though, right?
Yes. Firaxis is, I think, believes Take-Two, possibly.
Yeah, yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, so like again, this is all assuming that they were willing to get rid of these studios for me. IO Interactive. You get Hitman. You get the future James Bond. You get an amazing studio that'll just be pulling off bangers all the time. And then I wanted to throw in a little smaller studio in here as well. It's called Spiders.
Oh yeah, the people that make Greedfall.
They make Greedfall, and they're making the new game called Steel Rising as well. I feel like, so they only have 20 people in that studio. It's really small, but with the backing of Microsoft, the fact that Greedfall was such an amazing game, you give these guys way more money, make them allow them to build their studio out much bigger. They can be the next BioWare, I would think. Just if they had more resources, that game could have been fantastic. And I have high hopes for Steel Rising as well. Microsoft backing would change everything.
It's funny you say that they could be the next BioWare because I definitely think they have that sort of mentality. Like I think that they kind of think of themselves as like, hey, we're what BioWare no longer is. Like BioWare got acquired and then they changed their whole, like we got Andromeda and we've gotten Inquisition and then Anthem. So we've gotten things that aren't traditional BioWare, but I feel like Spiders kind of picked up the mantle, and the only thing missing is that budget because Greedfall, from what I've heard, and I did play it a little bit. I didn't get super far, but from what I've heard, it's very much like it's a little janky. So if they could have that extra budget to tighten things up, make a more polished game, I think it could really help their image in the games industry.
And that's all I got.
No, you're strictly acquisition based, huh?
Well, I said the VR stuff, but like honestly, there's not much I would change. So obviously, we have the Game Pass.
Yeah.
I feel like the acquisitions for me is more just to add more variety. And I feel like just taking Bethesda, cool. We got RPG games and Doom, but whatever.
Okay. All right. I probably would, out of you two, if I had to pick who I would want in charge, I'm going with Tom. I think I like his direction a little more, but that's fine because I'm about to go off the rails here. Okay. So step number 1, we shut down Mojang and delete Minecraft from the world and save everyone from the. No, I'm joking.
That's $1 billion.
I was like, you're about it.
I'm joking. Yeah, we save everyone from the Minecraft plague that has infested them, and then I get promptly fired for costing them billions upon billions of dollars. No, realistically, I think I would immediately get a Smash Brothers type game in development. I don't care who I will hit up HAL Laboratories and be like, Sakurai, name your price. Here's a check. What do I need to do to get you over here? Forget Miyamoto, forget Bowser over there. What are you coming over to Team Green for? And we're gonna get a Smash Brothers clone, and it's gonna be dope because Sakurai's making it. And then my next thing is to get a Banjo-Kazooie game so we can actually get a 3D platforming mascot. And it's going to be, I will throw as much money at this as we need. You want $300 million to make the best platformer the world's ever seen. It's going to make Ratchet Rift Apart look like garbage. We're gonna go that direction. And then we're going to acquire a Sobo. We're going to acquire a Sobo because I feel like they're a studio that is so, like, Microsoft clearly believes in them. They gave them Flight Simulator. They have a good relationship with the Plague Tale games coming to Game Pass. Get them on board. Get them working on those third-person narrative style games that is missing from the platform. And man, I would absolutely love that because Plague Tale is, in my opinion, a masterpiece, and I can't wait for the second one. I would prompt Ninja. I would talk up Ninja Theory like no tomorrow because I truly believe Ninja Theory can be what people think of like Naughty Dog and Insomniac. I think Obsidian and Ninja Theory are the two prime candidates to be that for Xbox.
I agree with that.
So I don't care what it takes. They're going to be like front and center, getting pushed, marketed heavily, invested in heavily, whatever they need to succeed and drive their studios, they're getting. I'm backing them 100%. And then, guys, I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a controversial take. I'm probably going to shut down a few of the studios that I don't really care about. Like, what's that Bethesda mobile game studio?
Alpha Dog.
Yeah, you're gone.
But they're making console games now.
No. Great. When one comes out that I actually care about, we'll talk. But at the moment, remains to be seen. So if this was back at the start of the Series X, you're gone, shutting you down. You're going to be distributed somewhere else. Doom's fine. Doom Machine Games, id, they're safe. We're done with the online stuff on Bethesda. It's a waste of time. Fallout 76 is a waste of time. Elder Scrolls Online is a waste of time.
You don't like constant money? You
No.
don't like those subscriptions?
Okay, Elder Scrolls Online, a lot of people do play it. So I don't know if I would shut that down.
I don't care who plays it. Those games are a waste of time. We're gonna be making AAA bangers over here that people are going to be getting into Game Pass for, or they're gonna be giving me $60 for. They ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna play this game for free and never buy no microtransactions. We're getting paid. We gotta recoup some of the money. I just shut down a studio, okay? Yeah. Would I do anything else? We're not doing anything with VR. I'm coming out strictly against VR. I'm a trash talk as much as possible in the media. I'm gonna be like, this is a stupid trend. Nobody should go for it. But then go home and play on my Oculus. Even though I don't have one, but if we're doing VR, it's gonna be with Oculus. Gotta support the homies. Shout out Lord Cognito, their new senior. He's a head of Oculus now. I just saw, so congrats to him. We're gonna hook that up. And is that it? Is that all I want to do? Oh, esports. We're gonna get in the esports field. I know Halo exists, but we got to get some sort of bigger presence. Sony's got Evo. We need to start, getting bigger tournaments, getting games in the scene. I want to be bigger than League of Legends.
Buy League of Legends.
No, I don't want to buy League of Legends. Listen, you can't solve everything with money, okay? as I throw money around to solve all the issues.
Now, if there's one studio I would like to acquire, would be Remedy. I think Remedy would fit perfectly.
I think Epic
Xbox
Games
Series.
is. I think if anyone's acquiring Remedy, it's Epic right now.
Yeah.
But that's my plan. Is it kind of a dictatorship? Yes. Is it a little harsh? Some may say. But I'm in charge, and we're getting the games I want.
See, I thought about everyone. You're like, no.
Yeah, we thought about
one.
everyone.
I'm gonna get Sakurai over here. We're gonna start buying some, like, we're gonna start licensing some characters over here. We're even gonna get Mario on the Xbox.
No, we're not getting Mario. We're not getting
We're getting
Mario.
Luigi. We're not getting Mario.
No Nintendo characters. It's strictly going to be Xbox characters. Maybe third parties, like if they have like Xbox, like Sam Fisher might be able to hop in because he's got some history. But in general, we would not do business with Ubisoft until they cut the crap. I'm gonna go over there and talk to Mr. Ubisoft, where I don't know the head of Ubisoft. So Mr. Ubisoft, and I'm gonna be like, no more NFT nonsense. Cut it out with the cookie cutter pasting of games, and then you can get back on our platform. Same with Activision, actually.
Wow. So
Call of Duty. Call of Duty
Ubisoft
specifically.
games. So Ubisoft games and Call of Duty would be exclusive to PlayStation.
That you lost.
I would.
You're gonna get fired.
Yeah, but this is my world and we're living in it. Okay.
What about FIFA? You gotta cut that off too.
No, because EA makes some other good games. They
Okay,
publish
fair
some other stuff. Meanwhile, listen. Actually, I would buy Crash Bandicoot from Activision and then cut them off. Once they get that IP, then they're dead to me. Yeah, Ubisoft. I'll take Rayman and Splinter Cell, and then they can die. I don't care about them anymore after that.
Assassin's Creed.
No, I don't care
Prince
about
of
Assassin's
Persia.
Creed. I don't care about Prince of Persia.
Beyond Good and Evil.
I don't care about Beyond Good and Evil. I literally don't care about Ubisoft games unless it's Splinter Cell and Rayman.
Rayman's fun.
You could send the Rabbids over, okay? We could use the Rabbids.
Halo Rabbids.
Yeah, you know that Mario and Rabbids game? Well, now it's
Yeah.
Master Chief and Rabbids, okay? Man. Yeah, I would drive Xbox in the ground, apparently. The more I've talked about this. Some of these business decisions don't make sense. They're just based on my personal feelings, but that's how I lead, with feelings. Okay?
But only your feelings.
Only my feelings. But we got Game Pass, so it's okay. We'd open a studio in Japan for sure. Get those JRPGs coming. Fast and Furious. Tales, Lockdown. Bandai Namco, basically all the Bandai Namco games, I'm paying for exclusivity.
Just buy them.
No. They're way too big. We can't afford them.
Yeah.
We can't afford them. I don't know if you just heard me, but we just lost billions of dollars on Call of Duty and Ubisoft games. We're paying for exclusivity. The next Dark Souls, Elden Ring, whatever, it's Xbox exclusive. And that's it, guys. So what do you think?
I think Tom
more.
should be there.
Guys, let us know what you would do down in the comments, or tweet at us what you would do if you were in charge of Xbox. This was fun. I had a lot more fun with that than I thought I was going to, guys. Anything else to say before we wrap this episode up?
Got nothing to say. Merry Christmas, guys.
Yep.
That's
all
I
Merry
got.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Make sure we have a special Project XTalk Extra coming out on Monday. Check that out. Check out our other videos. Go check out all the collaborations we do on other channels with people. Like, share, subscribe. Please go rate us. Please, I'm begging you. We need some more. We need some ratings. Help us grow. If you haven't, we are approaching 300 subscribers on YouTube, so make sure you're sharing it out and telling all your friends. But until next week, Tom, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Alpaca Tom.
Amon, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Amon_M05.
You can find me at the Muffin Mon. There's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. Follow us at Project XTalk on Twitter to stay up to date with all the latest news. And until next week, we will see you guys. Goodbye.
Bye.